Welcome to another episode of Shipper War, my review of 12 Monkeys.
Shipper War. When ship happens, I'm there.
Now, I normally don't do reviews for older films, but there hasn't been any films recently that I've been wanting to watch and or review. So I'm going to review this film now because I recently saw it on Netflix and I ended up really enjoying it. Now, 12 Monkeys stars Bruce Willis, Brad Pitt, and Madeline Stowe, and it's directed by Terry Gilligan, who directed and written one of my favorite films as a child, and that's The Adventure of Barry Munchausen. If you've never seen that film, I suggest watch it because it's great. Now, this film is a time-traveling movie, and it basically takes place in 2032 at the beginning, and there's Bruce Willis who's in jail, and he makes this pact, I guess, with the scientists that he will do this time-traveling thing, go back to 1996 to discover where this virus, basically in 2032, people live underground because they can't be in the surface of Earth because this virus ended up taking over the planet, and if you go up there, you end up dying. So the scientists want to discover how this virus escaped, and maybe they can prevent it from happening so they can then, live their lives as normal people up on actual planet Earth. So he makes this pact to shorten his sentence in jail, to go back to 1996, to discover who did this act of terrorism, I guess you can say, that basically killed millions and millions of humans during that time. And it's pretty much that he goes back in time and he's trying to discover who did it, and the only thing they know is the 12 Monkeys. 12 Monkeys is like this group that supposedly were the reason why this happened. So he has to go back in time, find this group, find out why they did it, how they did it, at what point did they do it, and the whole story is just this roller coaster of him like going back and forth in time and just trying to uncover where this started and how it started and how he can prevent it from happening, and or just find out more information what exactly is the source of the virus, so the scientists in the future can either fix the issue now at that time, or for him to prevent it so in the future it won't actually happen. So it's kind of a very complex story. As for the romance, there is a romance in this movie between Bruce Willis's character and Madeline Stowe's character, and I love the build-up for this romance because it starts off in a way that you don't see it coming, and then it happens, and then you're like, oh, okay, this is interesting. I like where they're going with this, because Bruce Willis's character in this film is almost very childlike. He never really had an adult life, so he's very strange in a way, in the way he interacts with other people. So the build up to the relationship is very, I don't know what word to use, but I really enjoyed the way it was put together, to the point that after the movie was finished, I was like, I would like to see more of that relationship between those two characters. Not saying any spoilers or anything, but yeah. So this movie is great. I suggest anybody who's a fan of films or just a fan of any of the actors in this film to take the time, if you have Netflix, watch this movie if you haven't already, because it's a pretty amazing film, and I just want to smack myself over the head and question myself why I haven't already seen this movie when it's been out for over 10 years? No, 15? What is it, 17 years? This movie been out for 17 years, and I have now to watch it within this 2012 range, and that's just dumb. So that is all for this episode of Shipper War. Goodbye until next time, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I saw this movie last Monday at a screener, and I'm not doing a review for it until now for reasons I don't even know. I just haven't done it. So anyways, Lawless is a movie about three brothers who are bootleggers, moonshiner makers during Prohibition, and the story is basically about these three brothers who do this for a living. They make money off of it. And then Guy Pearce, who is a cop from Chicago, comes into town and he just makes their life basically very miserable.